Carpal tunnel, why it's more than just your wrist. Today I want to educate you with some tips and techniques to help alleviate your suffering without surgery. But first, what is the carpal tunnel? So the carpal tunnel is an area in your wrist that tendons pass through. They're all the ones that move your fingers around. And they're wrapped together with a sheath, like a coating that holds them together. Now, that can get stuck. Some of those tendons in that sheath, they can stick together and impair movement, cause pain. It can be a really debilitating thing. The thing that we've found in here is oftentimes we're told we have carpal tunnel syndrome, but it's actually an issue with either the wrist, elbow, shoulder, even the neck itself. So we're going to go over 3 things that can help alleviate that pain before going under the knife. Number 1, the adjustment. So it's important to think about what part of the body we're dealing with. We're talking about the wrist. So if this is a nerve issue, we have to trace back where those nerves come from. There could be nerve pressure from the wrist being out of alignment, in which case we'd adjust that. Could be from the elbow being out of alignment. Could be the shoulder or collarbone, or it could be the neck itself. So it's really important to make sure that's all back in proper alignment so we can start to figure out what's causing this pain. Number 2, some simple stretches that you can do from home. These are going to target the wrist and the carpal tunnel itself. First, place your hand flat on a table, bench, any surface, the floor if you have to. And what you're going to do is just bend your wrist like this. You're going to bring your shoulder forward towards your fingers. That'll stretch the inner part of the forearm. Second stretch is the exact opposite. You want the back of your hand down, and you'll be stretching these muscles on the other side here. Third one's a little tricky. I'm going to try to make an L with your thumb, and you're going to stretch down in here by bringing your shoulder towards your thumb. This one's a little trickier, but remember the stretch for that should be in through this big thumb pad area. Now if the problem is coming from further up in the arm or the shoulder, you'll want to do the shoulder stretches that we went over in previous video. Put your arm up in a doorway, step through to stretch out everything in the front of the shoulder. Number 3 is massage. Now again, going to a professional massage therapist is ideal for this, but you can do some simple things at home. The first being just to rub in that area of the carpal tunnel, breaking up any adhesions or scar tissue, things in there that kind of stick together. You could also do the muscles in the forearm here. Now, a really good way to do this is if you kind of grab them with your thumb and make a fist here and just kind of rotate your wrist in and out like that. And when you're doing this, find anywhere where it hurts more than the other areas and spend a little more time there. Now, one other thing that could mimic carpal tunnel sometimes is something called thoracic outlet syndrome. That involves these muscles up here above the collarbone, particularly the scalene muscles. For these, if you get in there, put some pressure with the opposite hand and just move your head back and forth. Any tender spots, again, spend a little bit more time there. So I hope you found this information helpful, and as always, please share this with someone you think may benefit from it. I'm Dr. Chris Powell, and we'll see you next time.